What's going on, everybody? Logan Manzanares here, and in this video I'm going to share with you why you need to stop waiting, procrastinating on for your time to actually be happy and live your life and to feel like you're deserving your worth life. And so you're gonna learn that and more in this video. So if you're new here, my name is Logan Manzanares. I've been a personal trainer for a decade now, and I've been an online trainer for the last couple years. Invest in real estate, have a bunch of other businesses as well, and I'm a father, a husband, and one of the most grateful people on this planet. And so today I'm going to talk about why you need to quit waiting, start taking action. And so one of the biggest mistakes that I have personally made is waiting, or always thinking that, I'm not good enough, or I need to like, in order for me to be happy, I must achieve, a certain body fat, or I must achieve a certain amount of dollars in the bank, or I must have a certain amount of kids, or I must have a perfect marriage, and always waiting for these conditional limits that are self-imposed limits I put on myself in order for me to actually say I'm happy, right? And by doing this, what ends up happening, what's costing me, is my ability to live present in the moment, being like, this feeling of undeserved, that I don't deserve, that I don't feel worthy of being happy, because you know what, I said I was supposed to have 3 kids, I only have 2 kids. I shouldn't be complete right now. I shouldn't be happy right now. Or I said that I was going to be a millionaire by 30 years old. I'm not there, so I should, I don't deserve to talk about wealth. I don't deserve to continue to grow and to learn about how to make more money, because you know what, I set this self-imposed limit on myself that I was going to be a millionaire by 30, and I wasn't there, and it didn't happen. So I'm a failure. Therefore, I'm not worthy to talk about this, right? Or I decided that I needed to be 3% body fat for an entire year, right? So not only did I need to get to the 3% body fat, and then I needed to maintain it for a whole year, and I was able to do that. So now I'm a failure. Now I shouldn't even talk about weight loss anymore, because you know what? I didn't live up to the self-imposed limit I put on myself. And so these are some of the things that I tell myself. And so maybe you can relate to some of those, or maybe you can just relate to the fact that we have these dumb things that we say that we need to do, and if we don't do them by them, then all of a sudden we deem ourselves as failures, or we're not worthy, and then we don't deserve to talk about them and continue to even keep trying, right? And so I'm sure you have these experiences in your life where you put this self-imposed limit on yourself, or you told yourself that, hey, gnats or mosquitoes or something like that, if I don't do this by this age, and you know what, I'm a failure. That's basically me telling myself that I'm not good enough. And by doing that, does that serve you? Does that help you? Right? And ultimately, like what does it cost you in order to do that, right? What it cost me is, it cost me that momentum. It cost me that belief of, like, you know what, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. And all of a sudden I start to doubt myself. And when I start to doubt myself, all of a sudden my actions start to slow down. I put the foot on the brake instead of keeping it on the gas. And when I put my foot on the brake, I inevitably just stop making progress, right? And so by saying, I'm not gonna be a millionaire, if I'm not a millionaire by 30, then I should just give up. Like, what about the rest of the next 50, 60 years of my life? Like, what if I was a millionaire by 31 or 32 or 33, right? Would that still be worth it? And so these are some of the decisions that you have to make in your head. Is like, does this make sense, right? And ultimately, like, if you're waiting in order for some sort of condition to happen before you're happy, before you're fulfilled, before you start to take action on what you want to do, like, you'll never be happy, right? If you want to be a fit person, you must start becoming a fit person today. You don't get to act like a fit person once you are fit, right? What does a fit person do? You need to do that today, right? Do they track their food? Do they track their body weight? Are they conscious of their choices? Like, you don't get to just, like, once you're actually a fit person, once you actually are 3% body fat, then you don't get to start making those decisions. You got to make those decisions today. Same thing with wealth. Like, what does a wealthy person do? What does a person who's successful do? Do they wake up early? Do they sleep in? Do they track their finances? Do they like treat their life with some structure and some consistency so they can create a consistent result? Like, what do they do? Like, you don't get to, like, just, like, become wealthy and then start acting like a wealthy person. Like, you must act like a wealthy person first, and then you have to become wealthy, right? The cart before the horse. And so these conditions that we put ourselves are so silly, and they're so stupid. So if you're, like, saying, like, like, I'm not gonna be happy until I have $1 million in the bank, or until I'm making $10,000 a month, or until I'm a certain body fat, or until I have the perfect marriage, or until I have a certain amount of kids, like, it's silly, right? Like, number one, you need to want those things, right? Or you need to want something, right? So, like, write your goals down, have what you want and know what you want, but don't wait to get it. Like, get it today, right? The moment that you realize that your happiness is not dictated by circumstance, it's dictated by what you have up here and is in your mind, that you can literally be happy today, right? And so you start to envision yourself like, I am happy today. You have complete control over that. Like, conditions don't make you happy. You make yourself happy. And you can make yourself happy without $1 million in the bank. You make yourself happy without having the perfect marriage, or without having 3, 4, 5 kids, or even 1 kid, right? You can make yourself happy without being a certain body fat. It's simply a choice, right? And it's a story you tell yourself. And the more you can start telling yourself that, you know what, I'm happy today, you start acting that way, act as if, all of a sudden those things start to become really easy. They start to become like second nature. And that's how you make this thing stick. And that's what it's really all about. And so I hope that message really resonated with you. But again, the moral of the story is, like, you don't have to wait until you have a certain result in order to be happy or to fulfill, to be deserving. Like, you're good enough right now. You can be happy right now. You're worth it right now. And when you start to actually believe that and embody that, man, life gets a lot more fun. And all of a sudden those things that you do want, like those, all they are is preferences, they become really easy. And all of a sudden you get them, and it's the growth, the journey to get those things that fulfill you. It's not the actual act of achievement, right? Like, it's the growth who you become and the person who you become in that process. But understanding that the only way that happens is if you wake up every single day and you're able to be happy, you're able to be confident in yourself, you're able to feel like you're deserving, you're worthy, regardless of circumstance, regardless of outside influence. Because ultimately, like, it's just a story you tell yourself, whether you think things are good or bad, whether you think that you can or you can't, like, either way, you're right. And so you get to choose what story you tell. You get to live your life by design, not by default. So hopefully that message really resonated with you. If you did, let me know. Look at my listeners, drop in the comments. I'm curious. Do you live life by design, or do you live life by default? All right, we'll chat to you guys soon. Bye.